Hello YouTube, how the hell are you? My name is Vac, and we're here this morning to play some Marvel Strike Force. So welcome to Mortytown TV. Just settle on in, put your favorite music on, let's get started. So we're playing, of course, you're probably familiar with Marvel Strike Force. It's a mobile game by a company called Foxnext or Scopely. These days, Scopely bought them. And it's a fairly nice looking phone game. I mostly play it now on PC using BlueStacks and emulator. Not sponsored, it's just a good way to play, and I'm letting you know. And so we're going to need to pretty quickly get into most things going on here, because we got about 45 minutes left on a raid, and we need to get in there and help clear out the rest of our lane. Alright, so let's get at it, shall we? We're gonna forego some of the daily things that we usually do. Like there's an endless energy bundle we're certainly going to buy today, but we're gonna save it for tonight when there's ×3 catalyst drops. So what we're actually gonna do is just buy all of our energy tonight when it's ×3 catalyst drops. So we're actually going to hold off on our normal daily routine as far as energy goes and just spend the 130 that we have right now. And of course, I'm trying to focus that onto city characters. I need to get a little help for Ghost Rider in Dark Dimension 3. Symbiote Spider-Man is the top candidate for that. So we'll go ahead and just knock a few of these out, but we're going to really heavily... Oh, I don't have enough for two. Duh. We're going to heavily campaign farm tonight. Okay, so... what all do we like? All the basics. Let's go ahead and knock out Alliance donations. Very important daily, responsibility you have for your boys, Well, Mr. Thomas, welcome and good morning, sir. Glad to have you here. Phantom, welcome back to the stream, buddy. All right, let's see now. We're going to do a couple of Alliance donations here. I got Baxos going on the other side. I knocked out most of Baxos' stuff off screen before I started this morning. Also, while we were finishing up winning a war. But we've got both ready to go now into raid. So like I said, I got about 45 minutes left on a raid on my Greek, and I need to get in there and help clear my lane out, I think. Let's check. We're past 60%, so it's really not too critical then. So I'll probably let that go because we're not going to push for 100 here and just save my energy. And then when we start a new one here in an hour, I'll have full energy. So there's no need to rush on that. So we can go ahead and just knock out U7 while we're here. And we're at the final little push of it. Starting with these guys. All right, so I'm going to stand up and stretch my legs. There we go. I apologize if that gives anyone motion sickness. Not my intention. All right, so let's get this camera adjusted. There we go. How about that? And let's get down to it. So this boss node can sometimes be problematic for us. I mean, especially given that I'm so used to just playing through it autoplay, not really paying attention. Occasionally things can go badly. Usually when we lose Minerva. And usually right after that. So we're going to drop out of full speed, or drop out of automatic play here. And we're going to just burn these blinds down and not waste anything too good on them. See, now that's the spot where we could have just lost our Minerva, and that would have been problematic. Probably would not have been able to finish the node under that scenario. But there's still a pretty good chance we're going to pull out. Oh, no, I'm talking and I'm not paying attention. Okay, we're still going to be all right, though. Pretty confident. All right, so she's still blinded. So we'll burn that. He's hitting bots. That's perfect. There's a lot of RNG involved in all of this. Hopefully that'll burn the taunt. Great, great. All right, let's get some defense up on everybody. And good time for a health drain. Fantastic. And we're off and running again. So let's go ahead and go right to Strange, and then we'll get back on Magneto. There we go. And now we're probably going to be able to roll through without too much issue on autoplay. Don't really want to focus tanks, even Jug. It could be, always want to get on Pyro when he hits the board. All right. Still hitting Jugs, right? Let's get these DPS characters out of here. Sorry, I was looking at a notification. I have a message. All right, definitely want to be on Ronan the Accuser here. Just inviting a new Morty while we're all watching this autoplay go out. Juggernaut is so lengthy to try and kill. However, Mystique is decidedly less so. All right. Got that handled. Moving on to the next step of the raid. And getting Baxos back in there. All right. Getting moving. We got to get all the way down to Ultimus if we can help it. All right. Probably start on Nick. See how it goes. Move it over to Mags. Nah, I probably still want Magneto, even though he's already hit us. They like to pepper in mag-jug combos in amongst all this other dangerous stuff to really trip you up. So we're facing a lot of DPS right now. This is a touchy moment. We need to flood the field. We need to get rid of these taunts. This ought to clear things up a bit. There we go. Top off some health. Yeesh. Hopefully this will drop the buff. Fantastic. Reapply our buffs and start going at Pyro. In my experience, Wolvie puts in his best work during the Cannonball special. Right? That's good damage. Other than that, he's not as impressive to me. For me, it's 100% my Cyclops that does a lot of the work now. But of course, if he doesn't get everything dead, then Phoenix does. Phoenix is just too incredible. But yeah, I mean, I have about an equivalent Wolvie, and it is good. Wolvie will give you more if he's one of the higher people in your group. You really want your DPS to always be at the top range of a group. So Wolvie, Phoenix, and Cyclops are all good choices to really pump on that team, right? Like Colossus can be one; he can be the lowest really, and he'll do his job fine, as long as he's not too far out of spread. Let's see here. Let's get rid of Sabretooth. And then since we're not auto playing, let's just go ahead and basic out from here to save any abilities. Oh, we could have used the bots. Definitely want to do Phoenix's ultimate. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'd have to look at mine. It's been a while since I raised that team. I got them to 400K like some time ago, and then I swapped in Cyclops later, and that's the last activity I really did on them. You know, at first I was running them with Psylocke, which was not bad, but now Psylocke has found an even better home on my Hero Brawler team that I really am enjoying. Really enjoying. All right. Definitely want to start with Sentry. Away you go. Almost there.
Listen, I'm Rick Sanchez from Earth Dimension C-137. Don't mean you any harm. Coming in peace. It's all cool in the good in the neighborhood. Is what I was trying to come. Is what I meant. And that's why I always say, shum shum, slippity dop.
All right. I won't wear it out. Okay. This will start getting hard again as we make the turn and head toward Ultimus. And then it'll be time to finish it off. Decent progress on the free-to-play account today. Not his best, far from his worst. So this is another one that I sometimes, these two nodes, I will occasionally fail in autoplay. So it takes a little more curating, I like to call it. Just picking targets as they autoplay out. But it is useful to like hold up at the end and try to save abilities, and it's very useful to you see that that Magneto come out with a Juggernaut usually, and it's always good to kind of slow things down if you're in a precarious position to begin with, then it's time to slow down and have a look at things. All right, so I don't really want to go after Black Widow. I want to go after Black Widow first, but she's just going to immediately stealth. So we're going to go after the energy battery and hit Star-Lord. I don't know about you, but
I didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
it was a tough one. Struggle, I mean, basically U7 is a struggle for all of us at first, right? It's a level of PvE gameplay you haven't really seen previously outside of maybe Dark Dimension 2. None of the other raids really compare. Although I guess U6 does now with the added difficulty levels, but still, it's just not the same. So the characters that I found critical at first were basically, it was the Tech Wing team, essentially, right? It was like Shuri, Scientist Supreme, Falcon, Hela, Ultron, that kind of thing. And so those are the characters that really got me going through it at first. And if you look at my video for my U7 Fire and Forget, the team we're looking at here, I do talk about that Tech Wing team as well and show it off, and that was the team that I first started running. And it did well for me. But there were certain nodes I would have to swap it in and out, and I was following an infographic from Casino back at the time. And now, this team can pretty much run the whole thing. And I may have to readjust when the Mortytown Locos hits the next difficulty level, right? But for now, on a daily basis for some time, this has been working really well for me. So it's just a matter of time. It's grinding it out, man. 2.6 million total collection power is absolutely nothing to sneeze at. So just keep pushing, Morty. You'll get there. You'll get there, Adrian. It's just a matter of daily progress, man. Everything about this game is just making tiny little bits of progress on everything every day. All right, so let's see if we can one-tap this guy, huh? Save me 50 cores. Now, if you're really trying to play on a tight budget, I don't recommend spending cores to do raid nodes. But I just feel like I got to set the tone for the Alliance, being the leader and all. So I like to finish my lane. So I have the most success when I go straight at Danvers on this node. I really want to just go straight Ultimus. I see that there's a problem, but we'll survive because we'll bring her right back. And a lot of it is RNG. Who does she hit with that opening shot? If it's Minerva, you might be done right off the bat. You never know, man. This is the way RNG treats you in this game. Hang in there, Shuri. There we go. There we go. And then let's get Captain Marvel off the field, please. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So now we can go back to hitting Ultimus, and we'll let splash damage take the most of these people as we go. So anyway, good morning. Welcome. If you're just joining us, my name is Vac, and we're playing some Marvel Strike Force. Glad to see some numbers popping in. We're happy to have you here.
Yo, what up, my glip clop?
Keep losing this Shuri. We keep losing our Shuri. She is the little man on this team, essentially. I have leveled her the least. I don't even know if she's 13, let alone 14. She might be. She might be. Anyway, Falcon's got to go here. In this scenario. In any scenario, Falcon's crazy good. He's so often overlooked. I found him to be an extremely useful character when I was climbing the arena ranks. He's just one of the better turn manipulators. Man, they just will not leave my Shuri be. That's alright, as long as we can clear the node. It's more important to one tap in this case, because we're not going to be doing any healing after this, so we can just fill those spots with Ultron bots and keep rolling. This is good. Okay, so I'm going to get out for only 50 cores. That's exactly what we were looking to do. Yeah, go ahead and kill that energy generator, please. Jessica. There we go. We'll get Rocket off the board. He's probably the worst DPS there we're looking at. And then from there, it's just going to be easy peasy. Couple of beat up tanks. Paul, welcome to the stream, buddy. I just noticed you there. I'm sorry I missed your comment. Yeah, I sent you an invite on my free-to-play account. So I hope you got that whenever you get logged back into the game. We don't have a war going today, so it's not like a massive rush. Let's see now. Getting my milestones. Love it, love it. We'll do some blitzing with any excess time we have to earn some chimichangas. Even though I really don't need Captain America shards. That's still something we'll do. So let's farm the store. Now that raids are over with. That's something I probably, it's usually something I start with. And we're definitely looking for T4 mini elites. Like this Vibranium, but I'm thinking I'm good on that. I mean, I want to raise all those characters, but 66 is a good amount for those elites, or mini uniques. We'll grab some of those. Definitely these healing catalysts. Pretty good on shield catalysts. Let's see what else we got here. I'm hard farming the stores right now. I don't normally do this, but DD3 has got me in a crunch, and I'm really looking to get some characters to gear 14 to get in there. I think I'm good on ballistic weave. Yeah, I'm cool. Get those focus catalysts. Definitely take those celestial lattices. We're a little short after raising Ghost Rider. And we're good there. So we'll call it there. Move on. Grab some defense boost for the next war. Which is pretty much all I spend my blitz credits on. Grab these catalysts. Always want catalysts. We want the dossiers. We've been raising a lot of skill characters. Don't have enough for an orb, and we don't need any characters. Don't need characters. Here we go. Definitely want those. We're kind of short on catalysts right now. Superior basics at least. And then I'm going to refresh this a couple times and see if we can get any good mini uniques that we need. And not really, but we'll take these superior basics. And I'm not buying the rest of those. So we'll take one more look. Come on. We'll take the syringe. And I think we're pretty well good on everything else. Okay. We'll take those superior basics. And we'll call that a day. Okay. I don't think we're going to have any upgrades that we're going to want to do. Nah. I don't have enough for it. 7-star Phoenix is tempting, but nah. So we'll grab our challenges real fast. Okay. Looking good. So how are we looking on objectives? Arena Blitz. We can do that. We can do that. So Arena, we're still sitting in third. Ain't nobody touched us since yesterday. So what we'll just do here is we'll hit, who's Bofad? Oh, I've seen this guy before. Okay. I'm not going to take number one from him. That's not really how I like to approach this. There's such good competition in the top 3 to 5 of my arena shard that is sitting at number one makes you a sitting duck, right? And basically 5 minutes before the rewards are calculated, everybody hits you. So what I like to do is be the hitter, right? I wait till, 5-6 minutes before the awards are calculated, and I hit the number one guy and take his spot, and then I try to leave like a minute and a half left on the clock. That way I get in early enough I can attack him, I get in, but there's not enough time to really beat me afterwards. It's kind of what you're aiming for there. So it's really a timing game, and I'm not a fan of it. I'd rather see an arena. I mean, I'm having fun with it, but I'd rather see an arena that was more like a versus battle mode, which is really what I would envision arena as, is actual direct live PvP. So let's go ahead and fight Unclouded and take this number 2 spot, because if I can't get number 1 today, that's why I like to sit at number 2, right? That way if I don't get to attack that number 1 guy, or if it doesn't work out on the timing, then I got number 2, right? Which is just 50 cores less. Not a big deal. 500, 450. Either way, I'm doing a lot to recoup my costs for the day on energy and whatever else I may buy. So I want to earn as many cores as possible. So I lurk at 2 and then I snipe 1 if I can. So let's go fight. First, we got to kill Unclouded to get this number 2 spot. He's got a pretty tough Black Order team, so it's going to be a little Thanos on Thanos action here. Going to be Infinity Stones all around. So I'm going to start off hitting that squishy left side of his formation. And he hit Maul, which is nice, because, I mean, Maul's a squishy character, but he only hit 2 of my characters, as opposed to the 3 of his. So then I'll go with my offense downs, which they largely resisted, man. And then he's already flipped on me. That's part of the reason he resisted me. So I'm going to flip back, and it's always best to be the second guy to flip, because then you end up looking like this. So hopefully we can just keep Proxima alive through this barrage, which is looking okay. It's looking okay. Put a little damage on the big guys with Corvus. All right. So he's hitting us with his moon. Oh man, he didn't even kill anybody with it. I really thought he'd get Proxima there. And then we're going to throw our moon. A lot of moons in the vicinity of this fight. I don't know what planet this is we're on. I know it's certainly a lot of these maps have to be Earth. This looks like Earth. We're just cracking up pieces of the moon, ruining the tidal systems. All right, we can go back to full speed now. I'm done with that. So they're still doing a good job of holding taunt on call. But we're just, with AEs and retaliatory attacks and everything, we're wearing down everybody else. And this team is really good at that. Also, there's this, where he just goes and hits that lowest person. A lot of times that's a kill right there. And we're getting Thanos dead with a lot of splash damage. And thankfully, we still have the power couple. Let's go ahead and try to get Thanos off the board now, since the taunt has let up and we have him stunned. Cannot ever underestimate status effects in this game. Any game really, but this one especially. So that puts us to a pretty easy win. All things considered, there's nothing easy about fighting that team. But having a stronger one helps. So we'll come back to that. We're not in a rush to get number 1, as I said earlier. We'll finish up our arena daily later in the day when we grab that. So we'll grab some more milestones, and then we can either go Blitz first, or we can Dark Dimension 3, right? As we will. Dark Dimension 3 probably is not going to take very long. We can just go ahead and do that. We're on the first city node, and we have 1 city character. So we're just making incremental progress here. We're just go in, do as much damage as we can, die, get back on it tomorrow. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll have 2 characters. Especially after that ×3 Catalyst event tonight. All right, who do I really want to damage here? Probably Nick. Taking a beating. Taking a beating. And that's been my experience in Dark Dimension 3 thus far, is basically just go, even with a full team, you just go in, you get your teeth kicked in, you do as much damage as you can, and then you come back tomorrow. You know, they're really trying to encourage us all to do what Tadano Mac Japan did and just drop a few grand and get through it in one day. And I'm sure he had more. I'm sure he had more Gear 14 characters to throw at it than most of us do. But still, it's just not. It's not a length I'm willing to go to. So we're gonna go to Blitz. We're gonna knock a few out, earn some chimichangas. What are all of these orbs? Oh yeah, okay. Mostly Ultimus. Mostly Ultimus. We can go and grab these catalysts. We can go ahead and grab this gear. Not bad. And let's go do some Captain America blitzing. We've already got all the milestones, so there's nothing pressing there. But we need to get at least 2 done to do our daily. And I'd like to do some more testing with our X-Force team. Now, what I did do this morning before I fired the stream up is I did decide to go ahead, since I had pulled a 5 Red Star X23, and I really wanted to get this team a little closer to parity. I went ahead and I put like $30 into her buying those orbs, and that was enough for me to get a good pull and get the 5th star on her. So that was fine with me. So now we got this. This is going to be a pretty solid offensive team for me one day, and it's probably worth some investment. I really would like to. There's a couple of underperformers on my 12-team attack roster that I wouldn't mind benching. Right, I wouldn't mind terribly bad. So anyway, let's see. Who's a good matchup here? It's not a full Asgard. It's kind of like a weird Asgard Captain Marvel mix-up. Who did they swap out? They swapped out Loki. It's a weird one. Let's try them. Why not? Why not? So what we have found thus far is that X-Force does do pretty well at the level I got them. They're doing pretty well on punch-ups against Asgard. I've seen them on other people's videos beating OMG specifically. I saw one where he's saying they're going to be a good counter to Mercs, and that may be so. His is stronger than mine. I didn't wail out as hard on this team. And what I have gotten like lucky pulls on, like the 6 Red Star Domino, I don't think a 6 Red Star Domino is as impactful as like a 6 Red Star X23 or maybe even Deadpool would be. But we just got to roll with it. All right, so I think I need to go right at Captain Marvel. It's probably the most dangerous one around here. Let's see if we can't heal block, ability blocker, get her locked down. Here comes the taunt. Hopefully we can clear that with Cable before long. We'll have to charge him first. But hopefully he can just immediately follow that up with a little turn manipulation and getting rid of that taunt. There we go. So Thor hit us pretty hard. This is probably going to kill Hela. There we go. And a little more damage on Thor. But I still feel like I need to be going right at Danvers to try to keep her suppressed. She's going to be self-healing every turn. There we go. There we go. Now DP will finish it off. There we go. Oh, there comes the God of Thunder. Okay, so now that we lost in quick succession, we lost Domino and Deadpool. And so now we just got to see, can these other three pull this off? Getting rid of Thor is going to really help. Try to ability block Heimdall, keep his damage down. I'm going to just charge up, actually. And then let's see if we can't wear down this tank. That did a good job. That did a good job. So Sif was not enough. Sif was not enough. Okay, so they did pretty good with that. They did pretty good with that. I'm not sure if that team would have performed better with Loki instead of Captain Marvel or with that Captain Marvel. Danvers was definitely a problem for me in that fight. So anyway, this is Blitz, and they're going to hit even. This team's going to hit even harder in War, which I have not tested them in yet. Maybe the next one. Maybe the next one. I get them up over 400k, I'll feel pretty good about it. So Shield, that is a team they will see a lot on defense. And that's a pretty good punch up. That's going to be, what, 70k or so. So let's, there's no Coulson, but it's a big punch up. Let's see how they do. Okay, I can go right at Operative or I can go right at Nick because he's just gonna keep summoning Operative. So first off, of course, we're just gonna hit everybody and try to heal block. Also, an interesting choice is he has no medic on this team. This is not the greatest put together Shield team right here. So I'm not foreseeing any bad problems. Let's get back to trying to disrupt Nick. Take him down. Little slice and dice. Get us a long way there. Of course, it does kick in the taunt. But this should finish him off. She's good for that. She's real good for that. She makes Deadpool better for that. So I'm seeing a lot to recommend this team. If you're on a budget and you don't already have a Black Order team, I don't necessarily know that I'd wail out on them. But if you're already at that point, then yeah, this is a good team to add to your offensive roster. Okay, so now we probably need to go ahead. Well, let's get Trooper. I have no way to heal the damage he's doing. We'll hit Assault over here so he doesn't get any retaliations. Make sure she doesn't stealth anybody else. And that should turn manipulate and, of course, drop his stealth. And there we have it. Oh my gosh. That is a great one. It's always nice that when you pull that 7 Red Star character and they're not that useful, but then one day, like one of my first 7 Red Stars was an aim minion, right? The security, the tank, and I was like, this is never gonna be useful. Incredible character now. Incredible character. Have Assaulter at 7 Red Stars as well. I love my aim team. Okay, so let's see here. What good matchups have we got? I don't know. I don't think this team can take Black Order. Especially on a 100k punch up, 110k punch up. I don't think there's any way they take Black Order. So we'll go after, I guess we'll see about fighting another Asgard just for some further testing here. A little harder, a little bigger punch up. Yeah, man, I want your Deadpool. Most of my 7 red stars are not on meta characters. They're mostly on minions and things like that. Hulk. I got a 7 red star Hulk. Right? So we want to kill Thor first if we can help it. We want to ability block Sif so that she doesn't taunt. Or puts it off for a turn. Alright, we're still hanging in there. This is going to either kill Loki or Thor 1. Thor would be great. Absolutely. And nearly Loki. Alright, so then Hela it is. And I tell you what, we'll go ahead and use... let's use it. Let's use it. Turn manipulation. We'll drop the stealth on those 2. And then we can get back to killing Hela. Or not. So we're just going to blow a basic because that one's got an invade. And we'll do a little AE damage. See how that does. Does pretty good. Does pretty good. So this should go right through stealth because we have X-23 on the field. He cannot normally do that. But X-23 allows him to go through stealth with that ability. Just that one. What's up, Frank? Good morning, sir. Welcome to the stream again. Glad to have you back, man. Glad to have you back.
Yo, what up, my glip clops?
Alright, so actually we probably should hit Heimdall. He's the higher deeps. We'll ability block him. No, we won't. Good resist. So she'll taunt. This may be a problem. These 2 may be able to handle us. This was a big punch up. This was like a 100k punch up. So you're always playing with fire at that level, right? And this team certainly is going to require a little more development. This is actually my 2 lowest members of the squad. I love this ultimate. I'm gonna have to put T4s in that, man. I'm probably gonna have to put T4s in that just to up the damage, because she not only does she just wreck the person she hits on originally, but then if she kills them, she does the rest of the. She just moves on to somebody else. Like that's pretty incredible. All of the envoys that had got a look at this team ahead of time were indeed correct. X-23 is really the pivotal member of this squad. Really makes it all come together. Makes Deadpool better. You know, she's got a lot to recommend her. Okay, so that'll wrap us up for that. Let's see what else we got going on today. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Accidentally resizing windows. My apologies. Hope that didn't that should not have affected the stream. No, it did not. Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to open it up to any questions, comments, concerns. If you got anything you want to ask or any PvP challenges you want to throw out at me, now's the time. If you want to fight me on stream, I'm glad to do balanced draft or anything. And you know, that's pretty much. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap it up for the morning, and we'll be back tonight for the ×3 Catalyst challenge or Catalyst event, which is just can't wait. Frank, I like it fine in that it wasn't that difficult to complete because I had a lot of saved orbs and a lot of saved Blitz credits, which I used to buy Blitz orbs, right? And I spent about 100,000 Blitz credits buying Blitz orbs last night. And so it wasn't that difficult to complete. I haven't had to do some massive amount of blitzing, and I got a lot of good rewards. So I got to say I like it way better than that Unity event. Is there a way to get live chat to appear in the main feed? I'm not sure what you mean, Chris. Like without the delay, is that what you're saying? That would be useful. That would be useful. I'd like to know that. I'm still pretty new at all of this streamer stuff and YouTuber kind of thing. But I'm trying to get better. Working in various things, picking up new skills for my hobby. I don't know as much about that, but we'll look into the issue. I'll talk to you about it later today, okay? So I guess that's pretty much going to do it for Mortytown TV this morning. I want to thank all the Mortys and non-Mortys who are riding along with me today, and all of you on YouTube that are watching this later. Man, thanks for watching all the way to the end. That's incredible. Appreciate you a lot. So till I see you again, be great out there, be cool, be excellent to each other. It's a weird time. Be cool and keep gaming. I'm back and I'm out.